came here today to sort of see where it's headed. I've got good news for you. The commercial real estate is up 100% over last year. Last year I sold one deal, this year I sold two. But, you know, really, we have had a lot of interest. Our sell pendings are up, and we're talking to a lot of people. 2 years ago, it didn't matter really where you priced it. There was nobody out there to buy it. So today, we see, you know, sort of who's buying commercial real estate. We see that the end user is really our best buyer. Usually they're working with their own money or they have the financing in place. And of course, the downside of that is it's going to take time, and it's all about the numbers. I don't know how much you like it. If he can't make the numbers work, he's going to the next piece. The village market up on the north end, it's adjacent to the villages. The villages are going strong, and it's adjacent to the villages. We're seeing those commercial buildings and land really doing well. Now, when you get away from the villages, now I'm talking about a block, or I'm not talking about a long ways, then we have to compete with the bank homes and more of the distressed properties. We're seeing a lot of people that have come in trying to retrofit the commercial building because you can still buy it cheaper than you can build it. So there's a lot of deals out there where people are looking to come in there and make something that they probably wouldn't build work. Also seeing some businesses that they rented for the last 3 or 4 years. They've kept their business going. They can buy cheaper than they can continue to pay rent. And that's where most of the money in the commercial market is right now, is for owners using it. So there's some really good incentives for them to come up and to buy their building instead of pay landlord. So, you know, that's pretty well where the commercial market is. Things to watch. Motivators is probably selling 2012 versus 2013. We've got some capital gain changes that are going to probably take place. We also have a 3.8% real estate tax that's coming in with our national medical bill that's sitting out there. How is this all going to affect? You know, now may be the time to look at adjusted price, because there are buyers out there for commercial real estate, but it's price driven.
On the residential end, things are exciting. Things are non-stop. I know we went through a period where if a realtor sold 20 units in a year, we were lucky, and I think Kelly's got some real estate agents in our offices as well, that we've sold 20 units in the last 6 months. So honestly, just like Danny says, you know, price is definitely the motivating factor here. When I was asked to do this presentation, though, there was a comment and a question that I found. One is, did Sumter County weather the storm better than most? And number 2 is, where is it going? To answer the question, did Sumter County weather the storm better than most? On the residential standpoint, if you go back to January of 2006, I'm not going to bore you with numbers, just a couple. To present, to February 29th, there was 1,708 foreclosures. In Lake County, there was over 6,000. So to say that we weathered it better than most, I think is obvious. Now, granted, there were some folks that were affected by the housing foreclosure crisis, but the fact that we had less gives us a bigger buyer pool of qualified buyers. So that's looking at the past. Now, where is it going? In order to kind of predict the future, all we can do is kind of look at what we have in the present. I can thank Kelly for this idea of how to kind of paint this picture for you guys. We have 60-year low interest rates. When I checked them last night, 3.85%. Have any bankers? And 3.85%, is that pretty close to 30-year fixed? Yeah. Okay. So 3.85%, lowest in 60 years. Prices are low, down 35 to 70%. Now, granted, that's compared to 2007 prices, but the median income for the county, which is $32,000, has been the same since 2008. So you have dipping interest rates, dipping prices, but a constant income, which gives us an increase in affordability. And there's a flyer on your table that shows that the affordability is at the highest percentage in 42 years. You might ask why 42 years? Because that's how long they've been reporting for. So it's the highest in recorded history. So is it a sales pitch that now's the time to buy? It isn't. I mean, now is the time to buy, guys, it really is. Some REO properties are selling for as low as $30 a square foot. Are there any builders in the house? That's cheap. That's cheap. 1,000 square foot block house, 3.2 for $30,000. Now is the time to get in. So looking to the future where they're going, all I can assume is that it can go nowhere but up from here. I don't mean up in necessarily an increase in market value, but an increase in the trend of coming out of this housing crisis. Selling Sumter County is easy. Every other county around us has low prices, low interest rates, high affordability, and a flat income. But what we have is top 10 rated schools in the state of Florida. We have the villages bringing in services of medical, retail, dining, shopping, and more. We have a fantastic location in Central Florida with easy access to 75 to Turnpike. We have a rural landscape still in most parts of the county. Selling Sumter County is easy. I do it every day. But now's the time, in my opinion, to take advantage of the market.
Before we talk about the land piece, the part that I've been tasked with is to kind of share with you my opinion as to kind of where we were, where we are, and where we're going with respect to land. And I'm happy to do that, and I'm going to do that. And I'm maybe going to share with you why, but I want you to understand these are our opinions. We are not attorneys, we're not engineers, we're not accountants. We're real estate licensees. We work in this market every day, and part of our opinions in large part are formed based on the experiences we have. So, with respect to land, I think it's important first that we start by talking about Sumter County. Sumter County is, in my way of thinking, an emerging market. We are surrounded by millions of people. We are a convenient commute away, and I'm going to start talking faster because I got a lot to say. But we are a very convenient commute away from two large, mutually exclusive metropolitan areas. We have transportation corridors that are rivaled by no others. We are in very close proximity to the Port of Manatee, the Port of Tampa, which, as I understand it, is the closest deepwater port to the Panama Canal and all the widening that's going on. So there are some exciting things happening, but equal to all of those things, what we have is we have strategically located vacant lands that abut these transportation corridors that will allow us to place some of these economic development opportunities in our way. Lands where the highest and best use has yet to be determined. So anyway, I'm excited about Sumter County. What this means in the long run, I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to help us come out of this thing any quicker. That's what I would opine, but I certainly think that when we come out, the rate at which we climb, we could be basically, if affordability means better, then there's no better time to buy than now. That leads me to think, and I believe that's the case. And if that's the case, then we're going to start selling some properties, and we're selling some properties, which is going to lead to demand, an increase in demand, which is going to lead to an increase in price, which to me equals a recovery. Now, I could speak specifically to some things that have happened in my office since January 1st of this year. We have closed on in excess of 1,100 acres of vacant, unentitled land. Now, we haven't done that in a long, long time. We're working with a qualified buyer, and those are good to work with. We're working with a qualified buyer that has an interest in buying just about as much investment-type property as we can get it. I made an offer last week for a client that we worked with for a long, long time on a huge piece of unentitled agricultural land in Sumter County. Made the offer last week, got a response on Monday of this week, and it said, Kelly, thanks for the offer. We've received 2 other offers, envision receiving a 3rd, we'll keep you posted. It's been a long, so my response was, hope you have an opportunity to participate. Here's my point. My point is to me, it's a different time. Anyway, I think it's a new day. I think things are turning, and I am very, very optimistic about Sumter County. So, thank you so much.